And good evening. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Long Island Breakfast Club show. Easy for me to say, all right? But I'm here today. Of course, it's great to be here, but of course, at my age, it's great to be anywhere. But I'm here today with Lisa Labatt, right? She is Tony Labatt. She is with the Equal First Aid, right? Their mission is to improve people's lives and bring opportunity to all invented of a choking emergency with the Life Vac, right? We also have Donna Steffens, lead attorney and founder at Steffens Group. She's an elder law attorney, a financial advisor, right? I think I'm going to need her soon, right? Because my financials are not too great, all right? But she also has a new project, a new initiative that will be dedicated to empowering women. And of course, Valentina Janik, who is the real star of the show, all right? And I am the best dressed man in Rockaway, and I'm here today to just talk and have fun. That's what I'm here to do, right? Although I do have a couple of books that I have published, and I'd like to tell you a little story, right? You know the song Bye Bye Love by the Everly Brothers? Bye Bye Love. She was my baby till he stepped in. Goodbye to romance that might have been. Well, the night I met my wife, her boyfriend was going in the Navy the next day. He went away. 10 months later, we were married. So sometime in 1971, Art Kelly sang Bye Bye Love because of me. And that's only part of the story. If you want to know the rest of the story, you can read it in The Best Dressed Man in Rockaway, The Love Stories Part 1. Yes, there will be a Part 2, but in The Love Stories Part 1, the last 73 pages of this book tells the story, the whole story, about how I met my wife. And if I did not meet her when I did, I would not be standing here talking to you. She saved my life. So the books are available, and we're going to talk to that a little later on. But thank you, Valentina, for having me.
Come on
And
down.
we're ready to go. On with the show.
Thank you. I love the pink. I love the clothes. I love the hat. You must have a lot of hair under there. Wow,
Well,
a
there
lot
is,
of hair.
yeah, there is.
Look, you got a flip. Jeez. Very nice. Well, thank you for introducing my guests for me. That is great. Look at these beauties.
I noticed them too. All right, okay. Even without glasses, I still noticed how beautiful they were. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So you're the best dressed man who was tight-lipped about your past. You were an
Well-
actor, a comedian.
Well, you see, Owen is tight-lipped about his past. All right.
That's
See,
Owen.
Right.
Right.
The best dressed man is here today. Owen. I tried to get Owen to come here today, but he doesn't like the spotlight. Right, and he's working on another couple of books, and so he just didn't want to come. Right.
So we have the best dressed man,
Yes,
and I understand,
yes.
which makes me feel good. You were in Rockaway, and you were at an event, and a lady said to you, "I was on her show. You're gonna love it."
Patty McCartan, right, a great
Great.
singer, all right, and she lived in my building, all right, and I know her really well. She's a great girl, a great singer, and yeah, it was really interesting to meet her and talk about the show. Yeah,
And what about the
was great.
charities? You donate all your time to.
There are two books: Best Dressed Man in Rockaway, the Brooklyn Prep Years, and then the Love Stories. They were written at the same time, right? But I had to separate them for publication. 80% of the royalties from the two books are donated to 5 charities: Tunnel to Towers, Juvenile Diabetes Research, Dyspraxia DCD America, the Graybeards of Rockaway, because I had to get a Rockaway charity in there, right? And Ministry of Hope, Hope House. Right, that's an organization on Long Island that helps families in crisis, and the lawyer who works with them for 40 years went to Brooklyn Prep with me, and I had to donate to his charity because I used his real name in the book, right? So I had to donate to his charity so that he wouldn't sue me. Okay, right. But I've given away about $9,000 so far.
That's
right?
wonderful.
The more books I sell, the more money I give away. I'm not making any money.
And do you have a
on it.
website, or they just go to Facebook?
Amazon, there is I never put the website up. The place to buy the book is on
It's
Amazon.
But you're on Facebook under the.
I am on Facebook.
What name?
Well, on Best Dressed Man is on Instagram.
Okay,
Owen is on Facebook.
right. That's how I found you on
Right.
Facebook.
So you can go to either place because Owen is the author of the books. right?
Exactly. So what do you think of his jazzy clothes, huh?
Love it.
You'd be great
Thank you,
for
baby.
anyone that has a party that needs a jazzy dresser and matches like these swans. You know, these are big. I mean, and the trees and, you know.
Flamingo.
Pink,
Flamingos.
yes. The flamingo party, you know. You'd be very good. I saw them swans. I know they're flamingos.
Okay.
I know people that, as jokes, they put flamingos up and down there. They don't tell them, but they put them in front of their house as a joke. You know them?
I don't know them, but it sounds fun.
Yeah. So now we have our wonderful financial guru here today, Donna Steffens, who I've known for about 5 years, right?
Yes.
And we met through a lot of different ways, and then we started to do films together. And she plays in the Fontanas. Basically, she cheats on my son. I mean, she's not his wife. She cheats on him. And they have quite a lot of scenes in the car.
Don't tell anybody.
Anyway, we fell in love with each other as friends. And there were times I have some financial issues and had to go to her lovely office, meet her lovely staff. And guess what? Her mother works with her. She's beautiful.
Oh yes.
Syosset office, like, forget it. They give you everything to eat when you're there. The place is beautiful, so big.
Thank
But you
you.
just redid the office, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's in Woodbury, and so it is the Steffens Group, which is wealth management, accounting, and elder law estate planning. So basically all the parts of your financial life.
Which is definitely important, especially as we get older. I know a lot of friends of mine that their parents are getting older, and they're afraid to do anything. And most of the people that I try to send to do this, I go, don't do what I did. Because when my husband passed, I had some issues. And unfortunately, you know, lost the house. You don't have to, correct?
Correct. So if you came to my office today, we would triage your life and we'd make sure all the financial parts fit together.
And when you sell a house, that also takes place, right? Because when you make money from selling a house, don't you have to worry about what you do with that money?
Well, we have to worry about the tax implications, right?
Right.
Then we have to figure out, are we going to manage the money and grow it and invest it and have money to live in retirement?
Right.
Or are we going to buy another piece of property to live in? So there's
Right.
all the strategies, but really the strategy is about your lifetime planning
Right.
and your happiness in life.
Right.
That is the number one goal, like the abundance of your life and how to maximize your abundance with the resources you have.
And also you have a department that if you don't have the resources, I remember someone told me they went and they'll help you get on some type of form of help.
Right, so in the elder law area, we do asset protection planning and estate planning to make sure that, you know, in your sunset years, you are able to protect what you have, like your home, but also be able to get the care that you need.
Right. Which there's two types of care, in a nursing home or community health at home, right? So I do know a lot about
Most
it.
people don't choose door number one.
Yeah.
No, most people are not choosing a nursing home.
No, they want to be home.
Right.
But then there's certain applications that have to be made before you
Right.
decide to come home to.
So we do the asset protection plan, then we do the Medicaid application, and part 3, with our social workers, we get the right amount of care in place.
Right.
So literally our shop is a one-stop shop.
Right. You can go in any floor and any door.
Yep,
And
that's
there's
right.
so many beautiful people that
Right.
work there.
So I have 3 beautiful teams,
I know you do.
and and they're experts in what they do.
And I would say that if we ask, except for my intern who's young, anyone in this room, do you have these plans in place? Do you know what to do? I'd say, I don't.
Well, I always had a goal in life, right? And my goal was to become old and decrepit and be a burden to my children.
Excellent goal.
So yeah, I was definitely going to choose to be at home because I want them to change my diaper, right?
Lovely.
I change their diaper for, a turnabout is fair play, come on.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay, so
Okay.
that amount of psychological family therapy I cannot handle. However, we'll make sure you can get it all in place properly. It's
I
expensive
appreciate
to
that.
get care at home.
It is. And like, what about you,
I
Tony?
do
You
have
have a
question.
mom that
Yeah,
lives at home.
I do have a mom. She's on the CDPAP program.
Yes.
But I do hear of other programs where people start, like at my age now, putting a certain amount of money away towards their care at home. Is that a certain program? Like to kind of like prepay their agencies?
So, I mean, really, you can do your own investing in yourself, so to speak. That would be my preferential way to do it. So, saving the amount of money you need and growing that money
Right.
in the appropriate investment vehicle so that it is, stays with inflation and then can support the care you need. But also doing the asset protection plan. But frankly, the biggest way people are supplementing that is with long-term care insurance.
Which is hard to get when you're older.
When you're older, right? So the younger you are, the healthier you are. I mean, I will applaud people when they come in and they have it because
Well, how many do though? Come on.
So the
Not enough.
care insurance is basically that, is to pay for aids and et cetera for you to stay at home?
yes. So
Very nice.
and we think about insurance, right? We want to ensure that something happens. We want to ensure that something's protected. Any kind of insurance, life insurance, right? Long-term care insurance, home insurance, right? We want to protect certain things. Well, what I would like to protect is you. You, when you're in the position that you're older, you might be weaker, and you need help, that's when I want to make you the strongest.
Which is important, but I remember going when I was 26, and they wanted to sell me long-term care. And my husband, future husband, that's a waste of money. 53 years later, had I bought it
I know.
and I get hurt, that pays for the lawn, it pays for everything you need to do in your house, long-term care.
But
So that's a mistake
Yeah.
that when we're young, but I would think today, the young ones getting married are a little more savvy. Would you?
well, they're asking a few more questions.
Right.
The key is when somebody sees somebody else in their family struggle, that's when they start
That's when
asking
they
the
come, yeah.
questions.
Right.
However, it's never too late
Right.
to start this planning. Even when somebody already needs care,
Right.
we can still protect, get the care, do what we need to do, but you've got to come in. And
Right.
the most important thing is having what we call your advanced directives,
What does that mean?
your life care planning documents.
And start thinking about it.
Right. Well, no, do them. Do
Oh,
them
do
when you're
them.
18 years old. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. No, seriously. Any adult in New York needs somebody to help them with financial affairs or medical decisions
Yes.
if they cannot do so themselves.
Right, like that form.
Right,
To
the
take the
healthcare-
machine on and take the
proxy.
machine
Right.
off.
So that's the end of life decision making
Right.
document.
And
the
everyone
living
should
will.
have that, and I'm sure they
Everybody
don't.
should have them. So, power of attorney, appointing somebody to handle your financial affairs, and healthcare proxy for medical decisions, and stating your wishes if things really go badly, and keeping that one in the back pocket. But
Right.
if you have those, just that trilogy of documents,
Mm-hmm.
then even if you didn't plan,
Mm-hmm.
your family can plan in a crisis, and that's the most important
Right.
thing. And then we can work with the financials and
Right.
the legal and the tax and get things done.
And if you have a house that you just selling, there's a lot to do with that too, right? Because you have to make sure whatever you have left, you plan properly so that it's there for another 10, 15 years, correct?
The biggest thing they're using with people these days is a trust, an asset protection trust to protect your home. And I'm hearing more and more people coming and saying, I heard about this trust. I'd like to do this trust to protect my home, which is a great thing to do.
Yeah, I talk about it with people all the time.
The hardest thing to do
Is do that.
is to make the appointment.
Right. Wow.
Make the appointment.
Just
Mhm.
make the appointment. Once you get in my hands,
It all happens.
I've got you. I've got you.
Well, that's good. And she explains everything very well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And so, you should have a little room at the hospital, where they have a little door with your name on it. And I'm telling you, that
Yeah.
would be worth it to have a
Yeah.
little spot in the hospital because this all happens quickly.
And I guess you couldn't call it ambulance chasing, right?
No.
No.
No, we
'Cause I'm
call
not-
it future
I'm
health.
just sitting there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's true. What do you think of that idea?
Well, yeah, I planning is not my forte,
Oh.
right? Okay, savings and investing. I was teaching consumer economics in Hawaii
Oh,
Wow.
to seniors in high school, and when we got to the chapter on savings and investments, I said, guys, I'm not going to be able to help you too much with this one. Well, when we got to the chapter on loans and credit, I said, guys, I got this one. All right, this one I got. All right, I'll teach you everything about this one. All right.
no, but I think a lot of people are afraid to get too involved because even if it's just 10 grand they have, they don't want to touch it. They don't want to do anything with it. But sitting in a savings account is total waste, right?
Right. Well, that's a different topic, right? You
Right.
need your money to empower your life.
Right.
And if your money is not keeping up with the cost of things in the world, aka inflation, right? We had inflation up at 8.9% not that long ago. It might have gone down, but your cost of goods didn't go down.
Right.
And if your money is sitting in something making 3% and things went up by 8.9%, well, that's what we call going broke safely.
Right. Now we have some slides. Bobby, we have some slides on the advisor and the QR code and some of the things that Don is involved in. We'd like to bring them up. Like this slide right here, okay? That's you coming
Come
on.
see us today,
There's the
right
key.
now, 7 p.m.
The QR code. So
Okay.
tell them what that is. A lot of old people don't know what the hell that is.
Okay, a QR code. If you put your cell phone camera on and you go up to a QR code, a little yellow bar will show up and you can click on it for a link to what would be on the screen right now, something called Advise Her Financial Empowerment.
And we have one there, the advisor little slide too, I think. Another little slide we have below that one.
Hey, that's Donna.
Yeah, there she
Hello.
is, that beauty. And this whole empowering of women.
Yes.
How did this come about? Because of all the women you talk to that maybe don't have it all together and ask you questions like you go, oh my God, I got to teach these women. Is that what happens?
So it seems that as a generalization, right, men talk about money more than women as a natural conversation.
Yes.
I'll hear, hey, Joe, he just bought this incredible investment property and then he made a fortune when he sold it, and and guys love that conversation.
I love that shot of you.
Thank
Where
you.
was it?
That's in Fire Island.
Oh, I saw you like going there. Huh?
I do, and that, so that
Great
to me
photo.
is a picture of hope in the world. But
That's good. You're positive. Very
Yeah.
positive.
so I feel, from what I've seen too, there's a lot less conversation between women, and power is knowledge. Talking to each other, we empower each other.
True.
So if we're not having the conversation, we're not growing.
Right. And what is this?
So-
Why keeping score matters? Do you know what that means? Because
Why
I
keeping
don't.
score matters.
Tony, what does it mean?
Oh,
I'm trying to think if keeping score would be who's better than who. Is that basically,
I don't think so. What does it mean?
why keeping score matters?
Yeah.
Well, your credit score
Oh,
is the
that thing.
base of your ability to leverage and grow. If you don't have good credit, you can't get a loan or a credit card to buy things. I mean, that is the base of, we have our savings, but we need to also grow in life, and we need to get mortgages and buy things. But the point on this is that although I of course help families and men with their financial affairs, and I love
and
to,
businesses.
women, I mean, I often see are the widows, right? Men don't outlive the women,
Yeah.
and often the women have been paying the bills and the men did the investing and the buying necessarily of bigger things in their lives. And so when they're a widow and they're sitting in our offices, sadly, they really don't know what to do.
And they're also not well, so they're not ingesting
They're
what
sad,
you're telling them.
and this is not the place to be a blank page. So we want to be able to grow together, at least have a base in financial knowledge and education, so that wherever you are, if you have $1,000 to your name or $5 million to your name, where can you make your best financial decisions for the platform of your life and your security.
And that's something that a lot of us stay away from. I
Right.
mean, not now, but for the, like when the younger years,
Yeah.
Right.
because we didn't think about it. And now we're old.
Well,
Can you
even,
relate
not
to this?
even,
Tony,
yeah.
you're younger than me,
Well, yeah, but still like, I'm afraid to take that step, because if I take that step now, then it's more like, well, the end is near. If you start planning
Well,
for
listen.
that, you know?
yeah.
But I know how important it
It
is.
is, and when something happens, that's when you
Yeah.
really realize, oh, geez, what the hell was I thinking?
Yeah. I do have
Planning that we have to do.
Right, I do have people come in, some people can't make a decision. Well, what do? Well, no decision is a really bad decision.
Right.
And we try to make decisions for 3 to 5 years. Because in every 5 years of your life, if you look backward, every 5 years is different than the prior 5. So it's really hard to look past 5 forward. You can
Yeah.
maybe guess what 5 forward is going to look like, but can you really guess what 15 is going to look like?
No, and then
No.
when something major happens overnight, where someone is sick,
Mm.
then what do? You still come to you
Right.
to protect whatever you have.
I'd rather plan not in a crisis
Right.
than when there is a crisis. I can still do it. But when you come in and you feel healthy and strong and you can say, this is the vision I have,
Hmm.
then it's really easy to just let me plan it. But when we're in a crisis, you can't think straight. When you're stressed, you can't think straight.
Now, do you get involved with people with disabilities? They have these plans where, I forgot what they're called, where people with disabilities for their children,
So,
you know,
right,
what they do
special
to
needs
protect.
planning.
Yes.
Special needs planning. So when somebody is under a disability, if they receive assets and they're on government benefits,
Yes.
they will lose those government benefits if they receive an inheritance.
Right.
Right? So we want to, then again, we're using trusts and planning so that we can do something called a supplemental or special needs trust.
Well, that's good. So you do all that.
That says any money that person gets is meant to supplement, but not take away the government benefits.
Right.
For things like the niceties of life, you know, the things like the vacation,
Right.
or even a trip to the mall, right? But things
Shopping.
of quality of life.
Going to plays.
Quality of life.
That's so
right?
you still can
Anything.
do that.
But the government benefits support these people. But it is too often that I see that these plans don't get put into place,
Right.
and then the kids wind up having to spend down the money, and then they're just stuck on government
Well,
benefits.
if you do that, though, isn't there someone that is a caretaker for that money for that disability person, or
Well, not if you don't appoint a guardian and trustee. Then the court decides who that person's going to be.
which is terrible. Yeah.
And you're looking at, it could be a year, 2 years, 3 years in a courtroom.
Yeah, I know. It takes a long time to get anything done right now.
So if you plan ahead, then you will have success, right? And you can, really honestly, the hardest thing to do is make the appointment. And when people come in, I take care of it. 2 meetings, max 3, and their whole estate plan is wrapped up with a big red bow. And then they can go home and rest
Deal,
and not think
right.
about this anymore. People say,
Exactly.
I was thinking about this for 20 years.
Yeah.
Well, it's very true. Well, we're going to talk more with you, but
Yes.
we want to talk about your program, your charity, 501(c). We met 5 years ago. We've become friends. We work together with LifePack as well as your charity.
Right.
And their state of the art center is right
Theirs is
there.
over there, yeah.
It's
The other
a
side,
huge
right back, yeah.
platform where they have their show.
Wow.
That's one of the biggest platforms we have in the operation here. So, Tony, I remember meeting you. You came to my event when we
did.
were in a bar. And what I started out in a bar,
I brought
in a
dessert.
nightclub. Yes, in a
That's the best
nightclub.
place to
Nice,
start
yeah.
out.
Yes, and
absolutely.
look at where we are now.
Yeah.
I mean, from the first time you came, remember?
I do.
And you donated a little gift, and somebody wanted, and I'm like, I'm by myself, help me, and she did. And that's how we became friends. So
Yeah, and
let's
we
talk
support
about
each
you.
other. So thank you, and thank you for having me again. So basically, Equal First Aid
See
was
that there?
founded about 4.5 years ago. We raise awareness for airway clearance devices to be placed in all schools and disability communities. Right now, there are 13 states with pending legislation. We're trying to get these in school because not everybody has an equal chance to be rescued in a choking emergency, whether they have a disability or the size of their wheelchair. So most recently, this year was our first state, Texas, that now has a law mandating that every school, public and private, have to have a device in school.
So how hard was it to get that mandated law?
That wasn't hard at all in Texas because, I mean, listen, in the beginning, the politics are very slow going, slow. The representative, from what I heard, had a choking emergency in his family, and then it kind of became a priority. And that's what we don't want to happen. We just want to raise awareness, let's have a backup option. We don't want to hear about the tragedies, we want to prevent them. So from start to finish in Texas, once we got rocking and rolling, was only 7 months. So
That's great.
pretty incredible.
Wow.
That's terrific.
7 months, but before that it was, yeah, we're gonna do it, oh, there's an issue, we're really gonna do it. So we have legislation in Texas, sorry, not Texas, in New York. You want me
Can
to,
I
I'm
see
so
this?
sorry.
Can I see
Yeah,
our
of course.
Yes.
fantastic invention?
Isn't that unbelievable?
Thank you.
So
Every-
this
you know,
here-
everyone
so
should
this
have
is
one in their house.
The life hack. It
Yes, let's see
comes
how this
with-
works.
Sure, so it comes with an adult mask and a pediatric mask. In the event that somebody's choking, depending on if they're a child or an adult, you put this on, you place it over their nose and mouth, make a seal, push and pull. Push, and you can
Does
feel
the
the
baby
suction.
have to be on their back?
No.
It
You
could
have
be
to stay-
standing up?
Yeah, you can
Or
be
the
sitting,
person?
standing, yeah, you can use this on yourself. One thing I do want to explain, a lot of people say, doesn't that push the object down further? Because they think it's like a plunger. But the air right here is escaping out. So when you're pushing down, you can hear the air coming out. And it's forming a suction. So you can go ahead and,
Try it.
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
right.
but you can go ahead and try that yourself.
Okay.
You would make a seal over their nose and mouth, and now pull up. There you go.
Oh, I see. All right.
So that will
Got it.
dislodge.
I'm afraid to put it on my mouth. So.
Don't do that.
Well,
No,
you don't
but-
have
You'll
a
get lipstick
blockage.
all over it.
Yeah, especially
Yeah.
the
Put it
red
on the
lipstick I
table.
have.
Because you don't have a full, there you go.
Uh-oh.
There's all her
never
papers.
stop.
I'm very bad with mechanical things.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Push, pull
Wanna
up.
see it?
So,
Now, my nieces, I didn't tell them about it. They had it already when they had the babies.
yeah.
So, go
Really?
figure.
Yeah, it's very simple to use, non-invasive, non-powered. So you would have to make a seal over your nose and
Yeah,
mouth.
right, right,
Mhm.
right.
And have a
Got it.
total blockage.
Pretty interesting. And it's very small, so if
It's
you buy
small,
one, you just
it's
keep it somewhere on the
Small,
side
it's
in the
affordable,
house.
it's one,
And in the car, probably, right?
yeah, there's
lot
a
of people.
a travel kit that goes in the car. But we're trying to get them across the United States. So New York has legislation it passed the Senate, and then it stalled in the Assembly. So we were so close in 2022, believe it or not, and now we have to wait for the bill to get reintroduced. So
When?
January.
So
it's-
now who's backing you? I mean, who do you need?
So we need anybody that knows their senator. I mean, we need everybody actually to call their senator, reach out, support the bill. The airway clearance device bill, it's S1269 at the moment, but it's going to change in January. But it's the airway clearance device. Again, we want to get them in all schools and hopefully all disability communities. We have several different states. For example, Georgia has bills that are just for daycares because there were 2 choking tragedies now in a daycare in Georgia. So we're trying to work with the senator to say, please, let's add all schools to that bill. So that's what we're working on now. We have Maryland, once the alert came out that there was a choking tragedy in Maryland, it was in 2019. The young boy passed away. He had pica, which they shoved things in their mouth. His aide wasn't there. He ended up choking on a glove. That came out just this past year, but it was years old after the lawsuit was settled. That representative reached out to me, which in the beginning of Equal First Aid, you were walking a fine line. We can't talk about a certain product. We can't talk about this. Now they're reaching out to us.
Which is
Now-
nice. That's the hard work that
now,
you've been doing.
yeah, now it's for life hacks. It's for the ones that are registered with the FDA and non-powered, non-invasive. Lifetime replacement. So if a school does use it, they'll get it replaced free of charge, and any individual also. So again, that state has daycares. There's a state, there's Tennessee that had I don't know if it was 20, it was a big amount. I don't want to say 20 million because that's ridiculous, but it was a large amount of a grant that schools were allowed to use to purchase life hacks. So every state is different. New York is really just been sitting, you hear all kinds of stories. You hear, no, you can't have that because it delays rescue. But it doesn't delay rescue. If your person is already choking and you've tried, current protocol, you've tried everything, just to open the package, put it on, depending on obviously the size of the child or the adult, push and pull, push and pull.
Seems so easy and
It
simple.
is. So I get opposition of it delays, it delays rescue, which is not
But
true.
rescue takes time to get to you. They call the
Well,
fire department, they're not coming
But
right
we
away.
always say, this is not to replace protocol. This is in the event that you can't do it because of a person's disability. Equal first aid is for people with a disability who cannot, have the Heimlich maneuver or protocol, so they say now.
And someone in a wheelchair, same
Yeah,
thing,
so,
they could be
You know,
rescued.
in Pennsylvania, I had a representative walk away during the day of the hearing and walk away because there was opposition. And he basically said, hey, do you want a bill that reads for people in wheelchairs or do you want a bill for schools? And I'm like, but we have to bring everything together. You
Together,
have
right.
disabled people in your schools. We don't have that many, so then we had to figure out there was 364,000 wheelchair users in Pennsylvania. Everybody should have an airway clearance device. So that's
Well, I
basically.
have a question.
Mhm.
Where can we get these?
So you can get them at lifeact.net. I would only go to lifeact.net because there are so many counterfeits out there. Or you can go to equalfirstaid.org and donate onto Equal First Aid. The money goes right there, and then I will personally deliver them.
Thank you.
So
That's a
I
good,
can-
that's a great way for you to get more people.
Yeah, I
and
can-
help your charity.
yeah,
And then
because-
that, someone has it in their house as well as you could buy another one
yeah.
for somebody else.
Yeah,
that is
exactly.
disabled.
And also, so what recently happened, which was really incredible. So New Jersey, I know Bobby put up the New Jersey bill. That's been before I formed this organization. That bill's been sitting for probably 5 years now. And we had a hearing in the Education Committee. They're trying to figure out the wording. This is going on a year already. How do schools not get the counterfeit? So they're working on that because there are so many counterfeits out there. Now we have an opportunity, which was huge, we're being welcomed to the Police Chiefs Association meeting on October 22nd, Equal First Aid, which I'm working together with Maverick's Legacy. Maverick was a young boy, 4 months old, passed from choking. His family formed Maverick's Legacy. They sweep New Jersey by raising money and donating to EMS, to schools, to police departments. So now we are going in front of 70 police departments on October 22nd.
And what will you be doing?
So we're going to be presenting and showing the Life Act, and we're also going to be donating out up until about 500 units to the police department. But that's coming from, we need donations. Any money that I donate in October will go directly to Maverick's Legacy for purchasing of Life Acts for them to donate out.
So what could people do to help you get to that goal? Especially there are some people in New Jersey that we can share this show to, and maybe we can get some people to contact you.
Basically, I have a Venmo, which I think we can put up there now, Equal First Aid. The money goes directly to Equal First Aid, and like I said, 100% of all money raised will go to Maverick's Legacy to equip our police departments. And I know this one is New Jersey, and people may say, well, I don't live in New Jersey. We can continue raising money and do every single police department. Every police officer should have a backup option. There's so many videos out there online, if you look them up later, of their cameras on them, saving a child,
Right,
saving an adult.
right. Mm-hmm.
So we'd like to see everybody have a unit.
So let's talk about, Long Island. What's the story? I mean, we got to get this to some people. How do we help you?
So we really need to reach out. The best help that you can give is reach out to your local senator, your state rep, and say, hey, what's going on with the airway clearance device bill? We need to move this. Again, we hear budget issues. Well, we were tired of budget issues, the excuse of money. 3 years ago, when the founder of Life Act was at the hearing with me in Wisconsin, he then, once they asked for a code or a coupon, He gave one to every school in Wisconsin. Then proceeded to do the entire United States. So every single school in the US is entitled to a free unit. They obviously, you need a couple more, one in the nurse's office, one with the
Oh,
principal.
absolutely.
I mean, we'd love to see them everywhere. So we got rid of the budget issue. It's not money. It's lifetime replaced, one-time purchase, and you get one for free. And then, like I said, we heard the delay. We heard that there's not enough nurses on premises, so we don't want people just going directly to a unit. But our fight back is, well, then who is in charge of those children if the nurse is not there? There has to be somebody in charge. So the person in charge will do the training and should know where the life act is.
So what stops us from calling the chief of, in
Got to
Nassau
call
County?
everybody. Everybody should be
And
called. And so I want to tell
Does
you.
Mr. Ryan answer you? The chief of police?
So, you
Does
know,
he?
I think Nassau County Police Department, all their patrol cars have a
Oh, well,
device,
that's
but
good
not
to
in
know.
Suffolk County. But we do need support for the bill, because the more people that raise awareness and are supportive of it, we've tried where, I would go to an event and people would sign hundreds of letters.
Well,
and
that's
then
what I'm
I-
thinking. How could we
Well,
help with
so
that?
I would sign hundreds of letters and then make copies and go crazy, mailing stamps. I still got boxes of envelopes in my office. We hand deliver them, and I really got thank you for all of that, but they're not my constituents. So basically, we need again, it's all a game. I was told it was a game. You have to learn how to play it. Sadly, choking is not, it's not blue, it's not red, it's not a game. We have to prevent choking tragedies. So I think phone calls are good, and then support for the bill.
Well, if you make us a flyer that we can put on our Facebook every day, like who to call, the number, and the reason, we'll do it for you.
Yeah,
That'll help you.
if Facebook allows that, because every time we post with political things, they kind of shut it down. But yes,
This might go
Everybody-
because it's health,
yeah.
but you know best than we.
It's
But
the
I
New-
mean, we want to try and
We
help.
want
any
the
way
New
we
York
can.
legislation to go. I know, like I said, we did one state. I'm hoping, there's Maryland, there's Florida, there's Colorado. We have so many states with legislation already, so we just need to get support and to move it.
That's great. So how do people reach you? What's your website?
So it's,
Facebook,
yep.
Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram. I'm actually looking for somebody, if there's anybody out there that would like to volunteer for Instagram. But it's Facebook, it's Equal First Aid or Tony LeBate. You can reach me at 631-873-0907. If you can text me, I will answer you. It's equalfirstaid.org. And that's it.
It's a great charity. How did you get involved?
Because I did learn about the Life Act, and I was in healthcare for many, many years, and I took care of a handicapped girl who was 16 years old at the time. She needed her food pureed because of choking. She needed the thickening in the water. So there was a lot of that
So you have a
going
lot
on.
of
Yeah, the
history.
elderly. I mean, my own mom. She's 83. I cut up her food for her. There's a risk of choking.
Yes.
And I do want to tell you a really sad story, though. Getting back to New Jersey, we've been advocating, like I said, for 5 years to have devices in schools. Recently, this past week, it's not even a week old yet, a young boy. This is how we learned that disabilities are not always visible. He wasn't feeling well. He went to the doctor. They gave him, I guess it was an amoxicillin pill, and he choked on that pill. Later to find out that there was a tumor in his throat
That I didn't know about.
that they didn't know about, and he had a swallowing issue. He did pass away just this week. So these are, again, advocating in New Jersey and with the Department of Health and the New Jersey bill and the senator, the education committee. We've been pounding them for years. Now another child has died, 13 years old, just this week. So
Well,
We're-
ladies and gentlemen, listen to this lady. New Jersey people, we're going to reach out to you.
yeah, New Jersey, New York, if any state that you're in,
And
we
New
will,
York, of
we will
course.
get legislation in, and just please text me. I will personally answer you and see how you can help.
So, Donna,
Yes, ma'am.
we're back to you now. What is the best advice that you can give to anyone out there getting married, middle age, or getting old? Because of what you do and how much you help people, but yet they're afraid, like you said, take the step.
Right. The best advice would literally be, write down what you have and look at it on a piece of paper. Look at it physically in front of you, or put it in your cell phone, or do an Excel spreadsheet, whatever works for you that you can actually visually see what you have. Because making it a visual makes you understand what you have, and then think about your goals. What is it exactly that you want, right? For the next 5, 10, 15 years. It's okay for you to wave a magic wand and say, this is what I'd like. But if you don't look at what you have and say, this is what I want, we will have no idea how to get there. So you just need to plan.
Right, and the planning, it goes with all part of your life.
That's right.
You know, I mean, some of us are just planning our next birthday party.
That's fine.
You know?
How do we pay for that birthday party?
Exactly.
Don't look at
What
me,
exactly is
Valentina.
planning anyway?
What?
What exactly is planning? I don't, the concept just doesn't.
Well, because you weren't a planner. I'm a planner, but I kind of fell back on planning a lot. Changes that happen, you know. But again, it's very important, and unless someone close to you, something happens. That's when the bell in your brain
That's the same,
retallies.
same thing with this.
Yes.
Something happens, and that's when people.
And you're prepared.
Yeah.
Right.
And they say people don't plan to fail, they fail to plan.
Right. That's
And
a good
so,
one.
yeah, so thank
Don't
you.
fail to plan.
Right, there's short-term goals, there's medium goals. Short-term is like a year, within a year.
Mm-hmm.
Medium is, let's say, somewhere 3 to 5. And long-term goals are later than 5 years.
Right.
I had another question for Donna, though. Right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Donna was saying before about men, and that men talk to one another about investing and all that
Yes,
stuff.
they do.
A little bit more. Yeah.
Could you introduce me to some of those guys? Because my friends, we don't talk about. I
Ah,
don't know
what-
anybody that talks
really?
about that. you
What
know.
do you talk about?
I met ladies.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I used to be able to talk about ladies.
Now you're
but,
committed.
Yeah, but now
I
I
was
have
in love.
I have a committed relationship now, so I can't do that anymore.
Okay.
You're
all
hot
right.
stuff.
And the other thing was, when you talked about credit score, all right? My credit score now is as high as it's ever been in my life, all right? There
Good.
was a time when I was actually hoping that someone would steal my identity. Because if they could open a credit card, I'd go get a loan. Maybe it would improve my credit score and I'd be able to get a loan, you know what I mean? That's what I told my students. I said the best way to ensure that your identity is not stolen, have no money and bad credit.
There you go.
And then you don't have to worry about it. Yeah.
Well,
But
that's some kind of panacea. I don't know. However, I will say it really is too common that I see widows where the husband worked, the husband got the credit cards, and the wife was just a co-signer on these cards.
Right.
And then he dies.
And she didn't even
And she
know
has
about
no
half,
credit.
half of it.
She doesn't know. She doesn't have any credit. She doesn't have any credit history.
But then
Because it's
there's
all
the other
based on
side.
her.
So the women have the
Well,
credit.
Well,
and the men don't know
that
about
could be a
it.
little crazier. But I don't like seeing people in a crippled position
Yes.
because they didn't, put in for themselves. So what my suggestion is, this is what I did,
And
with
you
people
are the
that
expert,
I know,
and you do
is
great
that,
things.
Banks are actually helping kids today. 18 years old, you can get a Young Savers credit card
Yes,
backed by
true.
a parent, so that
Right.
it's an actual credit card, and say it's only $500, and it has to be backed by a bank account, so that there'll be money to pay it.
Right.
And as that that credit card goes up, the account depletes. So it's more like a debit card, except it gives a person credit.
Right.
And it's
True.
great, so that when they're 22 years old and graduating college, and now they want to
have
live on their
credit.
own and get a job, they can actually get
And
real
an
credit.
apartment,
Which is
yeah.
terrific,
Right.
really.
I mean,
yeah.
there are actually kids that graduate college
Yes.
and want to live on their own?
Yes, absolutely.
Really?
There are quite a few.
Wow,
Not
wow.
everybody is that
Well,
lucky.
that's why we want to make
Okay.
sure they get that credit card, because it's
And
got to
you
be
know
holding
what?
something.
It's time for a salute.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
There we go.
This has
Thank
been
you.
a great
Thank
show.
you for everything. Thank you for
lot of
having
great
us.
information.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And really,
Cheers.
really, really nice. Have a cookie, because we always eat on
you.
the show. No, the homemade, brand new cookie
Wow.
lady was on
We
last
can
week.
actually drink it?
No cookies for you,
No
right?
cookies.
These ladies are so good. How about you? Would you like the delicious cookies? And I think that we would like you to give us a little more insight, give us a little ending today. And how do people reach you? How do they get to your website, Facebook, what do they say to get you quickly?
Okay. Well, one of the quickest ways you can reach me is the Steffens Group, Stefans, on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. Also, Advise Her Financial, Women's Empowerment. Just Advise Her Financial. You'll find that. And that's really going to get you into the depths of the inspiration there. And Steffens Law Group. Basically 3 pages. Gotta have,
Right.
have
It's a
them all.
lot of, but you can also reach me. Her stuff is always on my Facebook. I've been
Thank
sharing
you.
it forever. And it just, we just share because that's how we help each other. And this show is really a community show based on business, helping business, and charities are your best form of making business because charities are good and good goes to good. That's how I feel. I know you all feel that way. I mean, based on what you do, what you've done, and what you're doing now, and what I have done. I mean, and that's just life in the big city.
Donna, I think has maybe converted me, right, to a little bit more planning. Right?
Oh, wow.
great.
We're going to get you a label that
Let's
says,
do it.
I'm planning today.
That's right.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I am older. I'm probably the oldest person in the room right now.
Well, I'm
Okay.
probably the second oldest.
Right. But yeah, it has come up in conversations with my new significant other.
Yes, well,
right?
he's in love, so.
So,
And I found out his lover, his loving woman lives by me. I probably know her.
Yeah,
Well,
it's,
planning-
We're gonna look into that.
You're going to.
Absolutely,
Planning is
absolutely.
power, right?
Yes.
Yes, and these are for you. So why don't you give us a little ending talk or song or something? This is very
Well,
special for you. I think
Want
you
me to
would
sit
like it.
here or?
Well, what? No, I want you to use
Should
your
I sit on your
microphone.
lap? Or?
Well, yeah, you could if you wanted, but I might crush you,
Don't forget, you
never
have
know.
a significant other.
I do have a significant
Yeah, behave
other,
yourself,
and he's a dog.
Valentina.
Yes, I'm trying to see which one is for you. This one is for you. There's some goodies in
Well,
there.
most of the people I know
Yeah,
actually
and
know
this
this
is
joke, right? Because actually the joke is probably older than the 4 of us here together, right?
Together.
But it is a good joke, right? There's this farmer, and he has 3 daughters. The youngest one is 15, and she's just starting to date. Saturday night, they're all going to be going out on a date for the first time. Now, the farmer greets all his daughters' dates at the door with a shotgun. He doesn't want to hurt anybody. He just wants to show that he cares about his daughters. Saturday night, 8 o'clock, knock on the door. Farmer opens the door. Guy says, "Hi, I'm Joe. I'm here to get Flo. We're going to the show. Is she ready to go?" The farmer says, yeah, she'll have a good time. 8:30, knock on the door. Farmer opens the door. Guy says, "Hi, I'm Eddie. I'm here to get Betty. We're going to get spaghetti. Is she ready?" The farmer says, yeah, she'll have a good time.
Uh-oh.
9 o'clock, knock on the door. Farmer opens the door. The guy says, "Hi, I'm Chuck." And the farmer shoots him right on the spot.
Mm-hmm. He's going to get.
Okay. Is that it? Don't you have another one for
Well,
us?
well, golfers are the worst people,
Yeah.
They really are. They only care about one thing, right? I was playing golf with this guy. We were on the 9th hole. And there was a highway that went right by the hole. He was getting ready for a birdie putt, right? A funeral procession flies by. He stops his putt, takes his hat off, puts his hat over his heart while the whole procession went by. I said, "Wow, that was really nice." He said, "Well, it's the least I could do. We were married for 35 years. Tea times, they only care about tea times. And nothing will stop them from a tea time, okay?
Of course.
And you see, golf, for me, golf and sex are pretty much the same.
No, good for
Okay.
you.
Yeah, I'd love to do both of them.
Well, I'm sure
and
you
I'm
do.
terrible at both.
Well, listen, guys, if you ever think you might want to write a book, okay? I have a book here. It says, "Write That Book." Stephanie Larkin, who is the woman that helped me with my book, is the author of this book. She helps women, men, medical people all over the world. Her next book launch event is in Germany. She's gone out of the United States. Do you know Stephanie yet?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, she's the greatest. She helped me with my both books, and she gives you great ideas. She helps you, and you get the book published quicker than if you do it all by yourself on Amazon. And you have like someone that's watching over you. So write that book. If anybody would like this book, call me. I will actually donate it to you because What it did for me when I wrote my 2 books is it changed my life.
Very nice. That's nice.
Completely. You know that.
Yes.
And it just, writing a book opens your world. And that's how I wound up in the film festivals and how I wound up meeting you.
Yes.
And how we both wind up in films. And then
That's
I
right.
find out she was in films a long time ago.
Yes.
So I didn't have that knowledge that she had. And then all of a sudden she starts performing and well, there she is. So in life, you know, everything happens for a reason. And anything negative usually turns into a positive.
Correct.
Don't you think?
I think so.
Yeah.
So now I believe that everyone lifted us a little today, but you're lifting us today with education of something we need to do. So you got to rise by lifting others. You did that today for a lot of people that are afraid to make that step and make that appointment. You rose a lot of people today into thinking maybe they do have a disability of a child in their house, or a father or a mother. You guys have to think
Elderly,
about
living
this.
alone, you can save yourself, God forbid, you know, there's a choking. I don't go anywhere without it. It's always in my car. I know every restaurant. My husband laughs because anytime somebody coughs, he goes, I know where the car is.
Well, I have an idea. I think you and I should go to a car dealer and get a deal that every car they sell,
Let's
they
do
put
it.
one in. Don't you
Good
think
idea.
that's a great?
Well,
I
great
just
idea.
thought of it just now.
And also any family that signs on for their elder,
For their estate
for
plan.
their estate planning, and any real estate,
I
and
mean,
any.
That's
I love
the key
it.
to that's the key
Yeah.
to business. You know, imagine if every car came with that equipped in it
Yeah.
for any emergency. So we could try it.
We tried also, you know, anybody who's a real estate, and they usually buy closing gifts, and they go to the store and they buy
I tried
flags.
that too.
You buy flags, you buy baskets of stuff. Just buy them a life hack.
The
put it
real
in their
estates
closet.
were against it because I tried for my sister. She does CPR training, and I tried to get them to give the whole family a training. Real estate's just like wrapping up all those
Yeah.
gifts and putting their people on paper when you have social media right in front of you. But you know, we still keep trying.
Can I just mention my
Yep,
friend?
we got
my-
2
my-
minutes
my
left,
friend
so-
my friend Owen, who wrote the 2 books about me, the Brooklyn Prep Years and the Love Stories. He's writing
Oh,
a
gosh.
book of poetry,
Okay.
I
and
don't hit
he's
anybody.
poems that he has written in the last few years. All right, most of them are broken-hearted love poems, women who dedicated to women who did not want him. But since he has met the
His
love
lover.
of the second love of his life now, all right, he has been writing poems for her. Good morning poems, good night poems, middle of the day poems.
Sweet.
Right?
Very nice.
There's about 28 of them. So Owen's new book is going to be Owen's Poetry and Love Story.
Nice.
So we're going to have all the poems and the story about how,
When is that coming out?
well, I have it, the manuscript is complete. I'm getting in touch with my publisher this
Great.
week, and hopefully maybe by Christmas or beginning of the year.
So, if you need a book launch, I do that too.
And I will definitely be calling
Do we
you.
get an
Okay.
invitation?
Yes.
Do we get an invitation to the book launch?
Absolutely.
And we get to
Yay.
meet his lover, what this book is all about.
That's
really.
right. That's
this
right.
lady
That's
from
right.
Stewart Manor that I probably know already. And on that note, guys, it's been a happy day. It's been terrific having you guys. You guys are so much fun.
Thank
And
you.
Bobby, thank you for all your hard work in the back. Susan,
Thanks,
the
Bobby.
table looks great. And Lauren, our new intern, look what a great job she does.
She's
They
amazing.
stay in the background and they don't want to be seen. And that is a wrap. Throw the ball. Woo! Okay.